You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey!
Oh yeah.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1318 of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, October 18th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed right here on this podcast. Follow, like, and set to auto download if you don't mind. Today, we're talking about some boiling points, political and primal. They happen. Record-breaking lawyers in Kenya, an enormous banking scandal, more poops on a plane, crazy road rage, and much more. And guys, we still don't have a Speaker of the House as of the time of taping. Next vote is scheduled for today, Wednesday.
What are those guys doing and gals? What are they doing in there? What do they do all day?
Who knows?
Nothing.
What do they do all day?
Who knows?
There's so much to be done. Could be done.
Jordan, it looks like he's doing the same thing McCarthy did, like didn't have 20 votes on his first go through. Just going to keep fucking that chicken until he comes. It looks like is the strategy. What's going on there? So, yeah, that's Capitol Hill.
Exciting.
Yeah,
Great job. Great job, Capitol Hill.
Figure we could just mention it since, like, you know, it's big news technically, right?
Yeah.
We never have a Speaker of the House.
I would say we should mention it every show until we have one.
Britney Spears with
yeah.
Timberlake. That's a sad one if you want to look into that.
Well, why don't we just say what happened? She says she got knocked up and fell down and had an abortion, or like a accidental miscarriage or something like that. Right?
Abortion.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Well, she says she had a miscarriage.
Unintentional. Right.
Oh, right. Miscarriage. Right. Yeah.
Classify as accidental.
That's sad.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake punched her in the stomach. No, I think she fell down.
No. I think
she
it was
fell. Yeah.
Accidental. I haven't looked too far into it. It's a sad one. Also, Pepper X. Watch out. You're going to learn more about Pepper X at the Merchathon potentially on October 25th, Wednesday, because they named the new hottest pepper in the world, and it may or may not be on the wheel for one of the punishments for the Merchathon.
Hotter than the Carolina Reaper, huh?
Significantly, like double the heat.
They say it's hotter than bear spray.
Hotter than bear spray.
It's more if you were to blend these peppers up and put it in a spray bottle, it'd be more effective at keeping bears away than bear spray.
Sounds hot, Wes.
Why don't they do that then?
Sounds hot, Wes. We better not order any of those. You know.
Yeah.
Better not spend enough money to make Will eat one of those live.
Producer Eric, you better not put that on the wheel as one of my potential punishments for people buying merch.
It's a week from today.
That's a week from today, October 25th, 2023. That's the Wednesday night taping for that Thursday's podcast. It's going to be Halloween themed. We'll dress up, make us do spooky stuff while you purchase merch at a discount, for the holiday season for you and your loved ones at store.hardfactor.com. Producer Eric will be releasing the punishment list soon. It's going to be very bad for every level you spend. We will do crazier shit. I already know one of those. The Pepper X is going to be on the wheel for me, probably. Also, Patreon signups and YouTube donations count towards the Merchathon totals as well all week. So we will be releasing the merch discount soon. We will be, you can sign up for Patreon. You can give, donations in the live chat, youtube.com/hardfactornews all week next week to work towards the total of making us do totally crazy shit.
And we haven't hammered out exactly what the prize is going to be, but for all you big spenders out there that love the show, that want to flex your wallets a little bit, whoever spends the most, donates the most combined is going to get a pretty sweet prize.
That's right.
So yet to be determined, but it's going to be worth it. So get your wallets ready, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to say right now, I'll cut my pinky off for $5 million.
There you go. I'll do it too.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. You can get Mark if you spend $5 million. One lucky person out there, you could have Mark's finger.
Whoa!
You could have Wes and Mark's finger.
Stop going that low. For
the low price of $9 million, you can have both of these guys' pinky fingers. Live comment. Dirk Diggler says bear spray. Yeah. Well, it's got a lot of Scovilles. All right. So we don't know what's on the
Scovilles are
list.
nuts though. We did Wes and I did the Hot Ones challenge, and it goes from a couple thousand Scovilles to 10,000 to 50,000 to 100,000, and then it jumps to like 10 million. It's like this isn't 300 times spicier than the last one. Sorry, I don't know how it works, but it's. I mean,
again, for the millionth time, we did it. We didn't do it. We didn't douse the wings in the song.
we didn't eat a whole ghost pepper, that's for sure. But
I would never do it. Will might do in the merch.
Oh, I don't know what Eric's cooking up on that disgusting punishment list, but the Guinness World Records declares Pepper X as the world's new hottest chili pepper, as reported. Breaking news today. I mean, who knows if that'll be on the punishment
how
list.
much would this be for Pepper X on your dick?
No, that's up there with the pinky chop off.
That's got to be $1 million, right?
Yeah, that's up there with the pinky
Yeah.
chop off.
Yeah.
That's that would be. I would
you're gonna
assume,
want to chop your dick off if you get it on there,
right, the most painful thing you could do outside of actually chopping something off. So, anyways, yeah, merchathon, get pumped, merchathon. Also, 10,000 subscribers on youtube.com/hardfactnews. We're less than 500 away. You can make me bleach my face. Also, less than 5,000 followers away to 125,000 on Instagram. Same thing. Bleach the face.
Instagram's cruising.
Hit them both. I might bleach the hair too. Or I mean, color the hair. Bleach the face, color the hair combo. You never know.
Never know.
Yeah, you have to see.
Never know.
You have to
Tune into the
see.
merchathon to find out.
It's one of those things you never know.
Yeah,
It's true, Wes. What else, fellas? Anything else before we hop in?
play that new clip, Will.
Oh, okay.
What-headed.
I'll do it. Are you guys ready for a little?
Do you know who you're with? 3 Factor, yeah. And this is real news.
You're welcome.
Amazing clip down by Mark there. Wes, how you like it? The 3 Factor.
I loved it. I loved it yesterday when it was sent. I'm a big fan. We got to extend it a little bit so we hear the "You're welcome."
Yeah, it's tough because he stepped.
Yeah.
Because then Mean Gene comes right in. He's like, "Whoa!" Yeah, but that's fine. We
I like the whoa. Mean Gene's a legend,
Yeah.
too.
Mean Gene is great.
Right, you got to give Gene a little bit of time in every single macho clip. I feel like if you don't give Gene his shine a little bit, it's a little bit not really. Is it really a Macho Man clip at the end?
The
of the
best part of the clip downs is just getting to hear Macho Man, Miss Elizabeth, and Mean Gene at their craft again.
Yeah.
It's the best. Yeah,
masters?
Yeah.
Masters of entertainment. Yeah.
There's one where he's like, Elizabeth comes in and he's like, come on in here, come on in here. And he's like, ask her a question, Mean Gene. He's like, you've repetitively told me I can't ask her questions. And he goes, this time you can ask her one question.
Yeah. I was just watching the Macho Man biography episode today. It's on YouTube now for free.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
highly recommend.
Nice. I'll watch that tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, it'll really put those scenes. It'll put some weight even more behind. Like
It's a lot
those
better
characters.
than the David Beckham Posh Spice love story documentary I've been watching.
Hey. I liked that one because
Yeah,
I
the
grew up
first
playing-
episode was okay, but I'm now into like their love story, and I could care less.
I grew up playing soccer. And those guys, like the Manchester United, was not my favorite team, but it's like bringing back a ton of memories.
The soccer stuff is great, but
Yeah.
I don't care about Victoria's upbringing or.
It actually is more soccer than the love, I would say.
Okay. Well,
She's
I stopped watching this.
my wife was even like, "Wow, this is a lot more soccer than love," and I was like, "Yeah, I love it. Like it's good." Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep watching.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sports documentaries. You can only watch so many.
If he yelled at her, I'd be way more into it. Like
It was like how the Michael Jordan one was just like a walk down memory lane.
Right.
It was like that. So not quite as good, but I played a lot of soccer, knew a lot of those fellas grew up watching them. So it was like a walk down memory lane.
Right. That's awesome. I'm getting a little burned out on the sports documentaries. I feel like it's been like a writer's strike thing and that like it's just been nonstop sports documentaries.
Right. You don't have to write if you just put a camera in someone's face.
Right. It's just like reality TV.
all this
sports
old
shows.
film.
Yeah. I'm ready for something new. Anyways, here's something new, fellas. I've got some funny political boiling points to go over. First though, the update we already went over. Jim Jordan came up 20 votes short on his first go round. So McCarthy style, he'll try to get in. Instead of talking about that, because that might bring you to a boiling point, thinking about how inefficient Congress is, instead, thanks to Lightfoot's X and Self High Five for these clips they sent us of politicians having boiling point meltdowns that we can laugh at ourselves instead. And so it goes, I mean, you know how a boiling point gets. Like you something can get under your skin, and then it's just not gonna, get out until you've exercised the demon.
Scream it out. Yeah, you gotta get mad.
Yeah, exactly. Like the macho. Yeah, exactly.
What the hell did he say to Elizabeth?
Oh, he said he loved her too.
Oh.
And that's over the line. Okay. And I mean, when somebody does something like that, like they did the Macho Man with Miss Elizabeth, you could send you to the boiling point. So first up, by George Santos, who of course also sometimes goes by Zimmerman, George or Andrew Zimmerman, because he himself is self-proclaimed Jewish, which he says is not claiming you're Jewish, saying you're like, anyways, you get it. Well, as you can suspect, he's not happy.
I like bagels.
Right. Well, and being Jewish, right? Yourself, as Santos is, if you are, as Santos claims he is, you can suspect that he's not happy with Hamas, right? Or any sympathizer.
Shouldn't be, right.
No. I mean, he's furious, especially on Biden and Israel week, when Zelensky is already at the boiling point for being shot down to attend the visit. So the stakes are high, okay, with this Hamas stuff going on. And so with all that happening, a reporter asked George Santos about them Hamas terrorists earlier this week, and they sent the dead man walking congressman to the boiling point right away. Let's take a listen.
Absolutely not. The fact that we have terrorist sympathizers in this building is unacceptable. They should not be allowed in here. What is happening in Israel is abhorrent. That's what it is. And the next time he tries to accost me with a child in my hand, I want him out of here. He's an animal. I am holding a child. He is a fucking terrorist sympathizer.
Who? Mr. Santos, who?
What happened?
Congressman Santos, who?
Who was it, George?
The gentleman back there is a terrorist sympathizer that has no business in this building. What is happening in Israel is abhorrent. What is happening to the people of Israel should not be defended. Nobody defending Hamas has any business in this building, whether you're elected, whether you're a civilian. It is a disgrace that we allow people to parade that kind of thought in here.
Strong points. Strong points.
You think he's like, they're like, who? He's like, that guy over there, and they all turn around and he runs away.
He never cleared up, Mark, who it was.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
That gentleman who accosted George
that way.
He was peacefully holding a baby in support of Israel, and a gentleman in the halls of Congress accosted him in support of Hamas, allegedly, and he caused this scene. I think, what's up, Wes? What do you think happened there?
I mean, my first thought was he sounded like a guy whose like favorite theater got shut down.
Right.
But I think that he made some great points. I mean, I don't think that any you shouldn't.
Right, but I think he maybe he's either
deflecting.
Deflecting. Maybe this human didn't exist. Maybe he's trying to get the attention off of his criminal charges.
Do you think him holding a baby peacefully and being accosted by a Hamas supporter?
I love babies and I hate terrorists. That's all you need to know about me. Those are the only two things you need to know about me.
Right. I'm not sure if George may be trying to distract from his constant lies that have been published, and then the pending federal charges for fraud perpetrated on his own political donors, with that rant.
I think we should go by a new rule here in Congress where you only know two things about each person. I'm the baby-loving terrorist hater. You go. Now your turn. You go.
Clean slate. That's me.
Yeah.
I like him more now, to be honest with you. I mean, it's working.
Awesome. What do you mean more? I've always liked him.
It's a great distraction he's running. Or maybe he's finally growing a conscience for scamming so many people while posing as a Jewish businessman for so many years. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what's happening there?
Yeah. I mean, if that was an act, he's got a future.
If that guy was conning us, he's good at it.
Yep, he sure is.
Bruce Eric says Santos is like the airplane lady in that situation. That motherfucker is not real.
Oh yeah,
big time.
A little bit of that vibes,
Gomez vibes for sure. Big Fudge says he's an animal. Yeah, I mean Santos. Let's get as much of him as we can before he before he inevitably goes.
We're not
away.
getting rid of Santos even if he does leave Congress.
Right, you're gonna miss him when he's gone. Yeah, we need.
You think he's gonna be like on TV?
Oh yeah,
I would hope so.
Yeah.
If I had any power, I'd put him on TV.
That would be very fun. All right, next boiling point comes to us from Wilmington, Massachusetts, where taking it to the internet at Live Boston 617, they tweet: select board member Lillia Maselli, owner of Dandelions in Reading, reached the boiling point as she shouted, "Nobody in town likes you or anything you say, and why don't you go fuck yourself," to a citizen during a select board meeting on October 10th, 2023, after being told to, quote unquote, eat some ice cream. So
what?
This is a real thing. It happened at the a board meeting in Wilmington, Massachusetts. Let's listen to what happened here.
This night.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for your attention to this matter.
Good thing no one in town likes you. Or
Go
anything you say.
eat some ice cream.
Yeah, why don't you go fuck yourself?
Oh.
This guy doesn't attack any of us.
As in worked up.
If he's gonna be here, I am not. I'm done with this shit and him.
Those two have a past, huh?
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, for sure.
What's their past all
What
about?
was the ice? What's the ice cream thing about?
She's the ice cream shop owner.
Okay.
Oh,
I think owner of Dandelions. That must be maybe an ice cream shop or something. But
your ice cream sucks.
Yeah, the guy there.
Your shitty ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who sells ice cream in a cold town, you idiot?
He's a curmudgeon. He's a curmudgeon. Okay. That's McDonald. All right.
12 degrees out, you moron.
I didn't catch McDonald's first name in the report here, but he's a known hothead around town. Okay. But apparently what he was at the select board meeting to protest was it was a vaccine argument again. Surprise, surprise. Right. But this
I'll
time,
get people to boiling points. Yeah.
for sure. But this time it wasn't over the vaccine itself. It was over the price increases that COVID jabs caused to the local fire station insurance rates. And so when Lillia Maselli, she must hate her local firemen because her response to hearing about their financial troubles was to tell their representative to go fuck himself. And,
he's the fireman's rep.
Yeah.
Well, the local ice cream owner and the fireman's agency are at a beat.
He was there representing for the firemen.
Small town politics, baby.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. And, when you get to that kind of a boiling
Hey, I hope
point,
you don't have any fires soon at the ice cream shop. Maybe you can put it out with your ice cream.
Right. Just rub some ice cream on it.
Yeah.
We'll
be right over.
That'll take care of it. And when you get to the boiling point of telling the firefighters to go fuck themselves over higher insurance costs, you then take your Facebook private. And that's what she's done. So I tried to look up more about her since this happened. Not happening. She went ahead and just took that bad boy.
She took her ball and went home. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real boiling point for you when you got to go private on social media afterwards.
Smart though, because the boiling point would continue. She would set some shit online that would have echoed for eternity.
Oh, for sure. Do you see how hot she was? She was about to get on her phone and just like fucking like slice up the internet with horrible comments.
Yeah.
What's her ice cream shop name? Dandelion and ice in Reading.
What's the reviews? Worcester, Mass. I thought he said, or something. Mass.
Wilmington, Massachusetts.
Wilmington, Mass. Yeah.
Wilmington, Massachusetts.
Dandelion.
But it was in the town of Reading. So
okay, so
it's
I think it's Reading. Yeah.
So Wes, while you look that up, I want to tell you guys about something that could help Lillia relax, maybe, because she could maybe use a little bit of a chill pill, a little bit of relaxation. And when I want to relax a little bit, I reach for a Lucy. Okay.
Ooh,
Lucy makes tobacco-free nicotine for adults who like to focus better, think deeper, chill out smoother, or inspire creativity with their nicotine consumption. That's what I like to do. I don't like to, yell at the firemen. I like to grab a Lucy and have a relaxing time. And so if you're like me, your family came to America and maybe it settled in a place called Tobacco Stick Bay, like mine. And they loved the increased alertness, attention, and mood they got from the nicotine that happened to exist in those tobacco leaves. And all these years later, I'm using Lucy to enjoy better focus, deeper thinking, creative inspiration, and relaxation without exposing my kids to the harmful secondhand smoke that comes along with smoking tobacco the old school way. Okay. Lucy offers 100% pure tobacco-free nicotine products, breakers, pouches, or gum. You'll never find tobacco in any Lucy products ever. Lucy pouches are available in 5 strengths, 2 through 12 milligrams each, and 12 different flavors: cinnamon, mint, mango, wintergreen, pomegranate, apple ice, and espresso. I'm an 8 milligram pomegranate guy myself. What do you guys like?
I mean, I went for 12. I'm between 8 and 12. I went for 12 because I wanted
8
to get rocked. I wanted my world rocked. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, go for what you want. That's what Lucy's all about, having a great time and relaxing. Lucy is higher quality than other pouches I've tried. Trust me. And they don't leave your mouth all dry like those other ones. You know what I'm talking about. Whether you use nicotine to focus better or get a boost in energy or to chill and relax, Lucy is made for your nicotine routine. If you want to try Lucy's tobacco-free breakers, pouches, or gum, go to lucy.co/hardfactor and use promo code HARDFACTOR, all one word, to get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. That's lucy.co and use code HARDFACTOR, all one word, to get 20% off and always free shipping. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
I mean, tobacco free. Yeah, I got some too, Wes. Look at these. Look at this.
So
look at that.
That's dandelions. So
I mean, the psycho can make some ice cream.
She makes she fills a nice cone.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I mean,
I get why she's a big deal and on the board. Look at that ice cream.
Sure.
Ooh.
Some of the commenters on the live are pretty worked up too. Chris Slates goes, she was so hot, would have melted the whole damn ice cream shop. Yeah, I didn't get that, and I would look up her pictures too.
I saw a comment saying they were banging. I think there was some sexual tension between the two. If you ask me, now she runs a family-owned ice
Mark
cream
with the
shop.
C says, "Calm down, Chris."
Dandelions is a quote, family-owned business offering a great variety of ice cream. So if there is some chemistry there, she probably doesn't want him around because she's got a husband that she makes ice cream with. And
ice cream is a very sexual thing. To eat it, to lick it, to enjoy it is a very sexual experience.
Yeah, until you get the shits. But yes, you're right. Yeah, the shitting. If you're lactose, then it's not very sexual because you're running to the camp.
But ice cream is one of the best dates possible until
it's a good date.
Take your pills,
Take your pills. Yeah.
I mean, they're still arguing about how hot she is, but also Ryan in the live chat.
Can we pull up a screenshot of her?
He purchased a Paint Your Life. He's going to let us know how it goes.
Yes, Ryan. Yes,
great choice. Man.
Let's go, Ryan. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, if you can find a screenshot of her again, that'd be great because I forget what she looks like already. Are you guys familiar with Suits? Suits, the popular TV show I heard about from Wes after it went to Netflix.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Suits is great. I watch it. My wife watches it closer than I do, but it's a good one whenever I'm on in the room. Yeah, whenever I'm in there with her.
Hey, I'll say I'm with you. Well, it's good, not great. It's good though. It's definitely good, and it's got a reboot or spinoff coming up from the original show creator Wes. So
I love that.
The success from Netflix. They're like, oh, we can make new.
Are some of the same characters going to be? Or is Harvey going to be back?
I would assume now.
I would like the main guy. I thought he was pretty good.
Harvey or Mike.
The main woman who was like the head the whole time. She has a spinoff where she's now like a district attorney that and she's the
black
only
lady.
Character. Yeah, she's the only character from Suits. She's like now a district attorney. She switched from lawyer to prosecution or whatever, blah blah. And she's in a show currently that's like sort of a spinoff of Suits, but not really. But this one's supposed to be like a full Suits like reboot or rebuild it. And I'm assuming they're going to ask some of the people to come back. Yeah,
you need Harvey at least.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we got a real Mike Ross scenario in this story.
Okay.
For those of you that follow Suits, if you don't, you'll figure out what I'm talking about real soon. Let me introduce you to Brian Mwenda. Do I have a picture of this guy? Yeah. Here's Brian Mwenda's on the left here. Here's a picture of just him. Brian Mwenda. He's a lawyer in Kenya who is 26 known court cases.
That's incredible.
Harvey of Kenya.
Yeah. And he's also the Mike Ross because Brian Mwenda is not Brian Mwenda.
Oh.
Brian Mwenda is a criminal who stole Brian Mwenda's identity. He is a Kenyan man who has no classical law training or schooling whatsoever that went online and logged into the Kenyan law portal and said, oh, I kind of look like Brian Mwenda, so I'm going to steal Brian Mwenda's identity online and change the password, and I'm going to start dressing like Brian Mwenda, who is a lawyer, and I'm going to go into court cases as Brian Mwenda, and I'm going to mop the floor with these schooled lawyers.
Well, you know what they say, when in Brian Mwenda's profile,
right?
Go ahead and take it over. So.
Take it over, exactly.
Yeah. Go ahead and be Brian Mwenda.
That's
hey, I'm Darkest Night, and so is Brian Mwenda.
Right, but I mean, Kenya.
I know.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I mean, you know. But after several tips from people who came in contact with Brian Mwenda, probably Brian Mwenda got drunk and was like, "I got a secret. I'm not Brian Mwenda. I won that case though, didn't I?" A lot of people like just figured it out. They're like, "This guy's not Brian Mwenda," and they told the Kenyan authorities, who then looked into it. And now fake Brian Mwenda has been arrested by the Rapid Action Team of the Nairobi branch of the Law Society of Kenya, the LSK, who I'll refer to a few more times in the story. The
Rapid Action Team kind of loses its charm after like 26 cases, right? Like
26, no.
How rapid was it? It had to take a few years, right?
Took a while. They were ignoring a lot of the, as in Suits, he got away with it for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real Mike Ross. Anyways,
hey, spoilers. Just kidding. I know that show's like a decade.
They show you in the first 5 minutes. Yeah. I haven't even got to the point where if he does get caught, that's like season 4 or 5. So spoiler, he has a good run through so far. Now, Mike Sonko, the former governor of Nairobi, who I flashed you a picture of here, he was removed from office after being entangled in corruption charges, several corruption charges of fraud. So that guy on the left, the former governor, who's a fraud, he's friends with fake. He's friends with fake Brian Mwenda.
Oh,
go figure.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, well, pod.
You know, I mean, I guess it's illegal, but if this guy's winning cases like that, I mean, is he winning them on his own skill?
Well, obviously, no one he doesn't have a team of lawyers because they would know he's not Brian Mwenda. So I think he's going in there by himself and just winning all of them. Yes. So
he's only taking cases where it's a man against a woman and he defends the man.
They didn't say. They didn't say. You could, if you want to assume that, we can.
That can up your rates in certain countries.
In Kenya, right? Yeah, I think that would probably up your rate.
This isn't Iran. This is Kenya. All right. It's not Afghanistan. It's not the Taliban court. All right. But here's what the former governor Mike Sonko had to say about the whole arrest charges for fake Brian Mwenda. He's not real happy, and he wants you guys to hear about it.
All right.
It's very discouraging to see guys attacking this brilliant legal mind on social media. All those attacking this friend of mine are nincompoops.
Nincompoops.
Yeah, this guy, he has never killed anyone. He's not a terrorist. He's not a criminal. Ni Brenzake anatumia. And I want to convey my compliments to you, Mr. Atwoli, Court Secretary General. And I want to put it clear that, as I've promised on social media today in the morning, we are going to bail this guy out. But at DCI, we are going to produce Brian to your good officers next week.
Oh, they're going to turn him in. They're going to bail him out, and we'll turn him in. He goes on for 5 more minutes talking about how good a guy is. Now, he keeps referring to him as Brian. Again, he's technically not Brian Mwenda. They haven't released his real name, but he's not Brian.
How could he be 20? So is he 26-0 as a prosecutor because he gets information from his criminal buddies who he also helps out?
No, they haven't. We don't know. If anyone wants to, Eric, if you want to look into it, I don't know if he's only attacking women in court or if he's getting information from his buddies.
Because if he's in with like the ex-governor, big fraudster, you know that guy's got some fucking dirt that like he can use to roll. Like
potentially. I mean, I don't think I'd put it past fake Brian Mwenda to use all tactics, right? But I also think
reminds me of The Departed.
I think he's also pretty smooth, probably.
Yeah, both of them are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Definitely.
Jack Nicholson is the guy who is saying you have bigger poops. And Brian Mwenda is like spoilers, one of the other characters.
Yeah. He called him nincompoop.
Yeah.
You're nincompoops. All of you.
Those Kenyans will go. They're like Costanza. Like, you want to get nuts? Let's get fucking nuts.
Oh, well, also, is fake
go.
Brian Mwenda allowed to defend himself? Because they're in trouble if this guy is able to defend himself, you know?
They're going to get their asses kicked. Also, to Wesley's point, if there's any type of like tribal aspect to it, which a lot of times in Africa there is, they'll go balls to the wall. They'll go till there's nothing left.
Yeah. He's 26-0. He's got a former governor behind him. I mean, I wouldn't want to go up against him. But yeah,
Brian Mwenda's looking strong. Have they ever said the guy's real name?
No, they won't release it. He's still going by Brian Mwenda.
He eventually will become Brian Mwenda.
Yeah, he might become Brian Mwenda.
He's going to take over his whole life.
That's how this case ends. He's 27-0.
Legally Brian Mwenda.
And he's able to. Yeah.
You know what? You're a better Brian Mwenda.
Yeah,
took it over. Yeah.
Do you think the real Brian Mwenda was going to go 26-0 in court?
No way.
Not a chance in hell. Amazingly, this was not the only person, quote, masquerading as a lawyer in Kenya, as also on Monday, the LSK Nairobi branch took to Twitter and said that they had nabbed another notorious masquerader and quack who was also practicing law without a license, this time a woman, Wes. So this kind of a little bit disproves your theory about how much they hate women. They at least let them practice law. And that's Sharon Atiano Obadi, and she wasn't Sharon Atiano Obadi. That's another woman who was a lawyer.
Practice law for much longer, Mark.
They this woman who they won't name logged into the LSK's website and said, "Hey, I look a little bit like Sharon Atiano Obadi," and she changed the credentials, and she's been showing up to court as Sharon Atiano Obadi.
Is she 26-0 though?
No.
Damn it.
Fuck no.
Immediately.
So apparently you can just log into their one lawyer site,
the bar
and
site
see,
in Kenya,
and like it's like getting a house stripper. You're like, oh, Daisy, she's blonde. You know, like you could be like,
password's lawyer.
Yeah,
not the most secure system they've got going on for the Kenya legal repository.
I like how they dress for a court though.
Yeah, they wear like the wigs.
Yeah, it's old school.
Yeah, they have the wigs things going on.
They look like they kind of dress like the racist guy from the Canadian Parliament, right?
Yeah, yeah, like the Speaker of the House in Canada. Yeah, they have
very professional.
Frock ties. Yeah.
Besides the fraudulent lawyers, very pro.
Yeah. I mean, at least this guy's not inviting fucking Nazis to come speak at Kenya. You know, he didn't defend a Nazi in court, did he?
Nope.
Again,
to the fraudster's point,
we don't know anything about the court cases.
Yeah,
no, we don't.
Could be. Here's Sharon. If you guys want to see her. This is fake Sharon. I load her up. I think she's also wearing like in the bottom left the wig.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Intern Jackson adds a little spice to it. So it was a happy accident because apparently Brian Mwenda is this guy's first and middle name, and he stole the first and last name from somebody else in the database.
So he can show up and like put his finger across the back part of the license. He's like, here,
right? Yeah, because he can
Brian Mwenda, but he covers up the last name. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, it's me, Brian.
Like, no, I took my middle name as my last name.
Yeah.
No, it's a perfect scam.
They should just let this guy continue to practice law.
It sounds like he's worked his way to deserve it. Now, real quick, we've discovered something. Speaking of lawyers, discovery. Here's the pictures of Lillia Maselli. Okay.
I mean, she's not unattractive,
right?
No, but
if
there's her
like,
screaming. I don't know. You know, I think Chris, live commenter Chris Slates may have a specific fantasy he's going for with that as the thing that sets him off.
She's like a good-looking mom, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
who's like screaming at you like you just fucking spilled beer all over her couch, you know?
Yeah.
Like, is it? And then it's about to go down, maybe in his mind, like it's just about to get real naughty.
She's screaming at you like you just jizzed all over her stomach or something. Like you can clean it up, and, you know.
Yeah.
Like, didn't tell her you were gonna come in her mouth type thing when she's screaming at you, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that's what he's thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't even know you were here.
It's like one of those fantasies, you know.
She's screaming at you like you slipped it in the wrong hole or something like that.
Yeah, like she got stuck in the dryer or something like that, you know.
Get me out of here. Yeah.
One of those.
All right.
All right. I don't have a picture of this person. I tried to look. Maybe Eric or Jackson can help me out. It's Citibank London analyst Sazbox Fakete. He's a hungry guy. He's an opportunist, and he loves sandwiches, and he loves pasta, as you'll find out. Which is why we're talking about Fakete.
Sounds like a peas in the pod here.
Yeah, right.
Chip off the old block.
Apparently, when you have a real job, you're working 9 to 5.
What'd you say? Is Hard Factor Steve? What do you?
He loves jerking off, sandwiches, pasta. Apparently, when you have a real job for like a corporation, you have this thing called an expense report. And how it works is when you're working, you can buy stuff and then the company will pay you back. Things like meals, travel, entertaining clients, stuff like that, right?
Only certain things qualify. But
certain things qualify. But all those things certainly do. And now when Citibank would send its analysts to other countries for work, they had a limit on how much they could expense per day. And that limit this time last year, November 2022, I guess, was 100 euros, which is basically the same in dollars, like $105
per day.
Per day.
That's a pretty good per diem.
That's pretty good. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, right? Now that was supposed to cover
beverages too.
Yeah, and a few beverages. Exactly.
Yeah.
You skip breakfast, you skip lunch, you're having a nice beverage filled dinner.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be Fakete's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then so this is from the BBC News article. Fakete, who worked at Citi for 7 years as an analyst specializing in financial crime, he had traveled to Amsterdam for work for just 2 days between July 3rd and July 5th of last year. When he got back to London, he's jotting down his expense report for food and drink, which he believed was covered by his $100 dollar a day allowance. However,
not the alcohol, technically.
Oh, they didn't include the red light district fee, you realize?
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oops.
The whore was not allowed. But
also, you got to go to a pub that'll charge you for a second sandwich and just give you beers for the second sandwich. That's the workaround.
Yeah.
Itemize it, but like have them type in the same price item, but there's
a lot of bars that'll do that for you.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say second sandwich because that's how Fakete got in trouble, Will. The manager he submitted his claim to asked whether he had consumed all the food and refreshments that were on his expense report. And in an email exchange,
that's
Mr.
a tough ask.
Mr.
You get
Fakete
pulled into an office and they're asking if you ate as much.
You say you got one for later.
That's
right.
But that's so embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Here's how it went down, Will.
You eat this many sandwiches?
That's so embarrassing.
Will, you sound like
no wonder you're such a fat fuck.
Well, Will's
7 sandwiches on the fourth. 7 sandwiches on the fourth.
Yeah, 7 sandwiches from the light and red light district. What is that? Yeah.
Ooh, it was even from a fucking. It was
no. It wasn't. So Mr. Fakete got into exchange with this manager about these charges, and he said, quote, "I was on the business trip by myself. I had 2 coffees as they were very small. On that day, I skipped breakfast, only had 1 coffee in the morning. For lunch, I had 1 sandwich with a drink and 1 coffee in the restaurant. I took another coffee back to the office with me and had the second sandwich in the afternoon, which also served as my dinner. All the expenses are within the $100 allowance. Can you please outline what concern is, as I don't think I have to justify my eating habits to this extent to you,
this is
you
embarrassing.
motherfucker." Right?
Yeah, this is awkward. I would
that
say the
actually
same
doesn't
thing.
sound that crazy. 2 sandwiches and a bunch of coffees.
4 coffees, 2 sandwiches. That's like well under 100 euros.
Right.
In Amsterdam, you can get them to charge it up to 100 and spend it on whatever you want. But I mean,
sure, but I mean, realistically, we both been to Amsterdam. That's like 50 euros.
Right.
Right.
So here's the problem: is Citibank clearly hates Fakete. And they started escalating this matter because they didn't like how he responded, and they sent it to a security investigation services department, which also questioned Fakete about whether he had shared a meal of pasta pesto and bolognese with perhaps someone else,
family sized,
and he said no. So he ordered 2 pastas on this one night.
How come it says fajitas and then in parentheses X2 Fakete?
Yeah.
Dude, fuck Citibank. Are they serious? Like,
well, because you're not allowed. The Citibank's expense allowance is not. You're not allowed to furnish your spousal or your partner's meals. Also,
yeah, but give me a break, man. Like
He's under the 100, right?
Well,
He's under the
all of
100.
all of the places he's going to, he's ordering doubles. So
Two.
whether he's
Yeah.
ordering
He's an
he
idiot.
looks guilty because he's ordering doubles at each location
Well, Mark,
that he goes to.
it's because he
Double
eventually,
coffees.
he eventually caved under the pressure.
He was
buying
buying for
yes,
his spouse. Yes.
yes, we shared the pesto. It was amazing. The bolognese was the best we've ever
He
had.
kept ordering 2 coffees, Will.
Yeah, but
and
this
2
is nothing, man.
sandwiches at a
This is
time.
nothing. This is nothing. In the corporate world, I used to be friends with the accountants, and they would get porn, all kinds of shit all the time. People would try to charge all
But
kinds
only
of
for you.
crazy shit,
But they hated
hilarious
Fekete.
shit. This guy is just like trying to sneak a fucking half a pesto. Like, give
No,
me
he
a
was
fucking
buying. He
break.
was
Like,
buying it for someone else.
He was
the whole
furnishing
time.
I
his
don't give a
partner.
fuck.
Him and his partner went on a little jaunt to Amsterdam
Yes.
on Citibank's dime.
And someone tattled on him. They probably
Yeah.
checked his fiancés or girlfriends or
I don't really
persons.
care.
They probably
man.
saw her
This is
Instagram and she's like eating a sandwich next
Yeah.
to Fekete, the same
eating
sandwich.
pesto,
Yeah,
feeding him pesto.
yeah.
man, they
Drinking
should
the
pay for
coffee.
they should pay for the porn and the
Double
fucking
fisting
wife's pesto. Unreal.
He's like, this bolognese, we had to take some home. So they fired his
Citibank.
ass.
I'm gonna look up Citibank
They
profits.
fired him.
They fired his ass.
Shit.
Now he explained after he admitted this whole pesto bolognese thing that I fucked up. It was me and my wife or me and my partner. I don't know what his orientation is. He also said that he was having personal difficulties following the death of his grandmother.
Oh.
He had taken 6 weeks of medical leave and was on strong medication when he replied to the emails. So now he's backtracking, being like, I lied because I was on medication. I got defensive because I was on medication.
It's over. It's over. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
Just clean break it. Forget that.
Yeah.
You'll be better
What
off
happens?
eventually.
What happens when you go when little man takes on a behemoth like Citibank in court? You get Fekete, and the judge handed down the judgment, and they said, I have found this case is not about the sums of money involved. It's about the filing of expense claim and the conduct of the claimant thereafter. Basically, that he acted like an asshole.
Even the judge was bebopping and
Hates
scotting on him.
Hates Fekete.
The guy's a
Everyone
real
hates
monster.
Fekete.
Fekete must be the most unlikable guy ever.
There he is.
Citibank,
It's a real
guys-
monster.
Citibank has
bolognese eating motherfucker.
a 20% profit margin, and they're raking in like 3 to 5 billion in income.
Yeah, they can afford it, especially when
a
they say you
month.
can do $100 a day. The judge is like,
this
the
is
most surprising part of
unfucking
this case is that you found someone that would sit down for a meal with you, Fekete.
Yeah, it's just all to insult Fekete.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. He also said that I am satisfied that even if the expense claim had been filed under a misunderstanding, there was an obligation to own up and rectify the position at the first opportunity. So once they asked him and he said no, he was fucked.
Fekete, just leave, dude. Stop dragging it out. Just get out of there, dude.
So the judge tossed it out. He said, under in his position, he expects that employees should be honest with their employer because he was in the financial crimes department.
So
It all added up to fuck
fees and
Fekete.
shit.
Yeah.
He ended up.
Yeah,
he
it's
tried to
just
sue
fuck
them for
Fekete.
money, and then
For
Fekete
wrongful
ended
dismissal.
he ended up spending at least his lawyer's fees, if not theirs, too.
Well, when people
Oh,
go
you're
up against big banks, they sometimes can get it pro bono because lawyers want like a big payout,
Yeah.
But probably, I don't know, who knows. But anyway,
We got a
Citibank
case,
said-
Fekete.
yeah, Citibank.
He got bilked by everybody. His lawyer, Citibank, everybody.
Look at you. You got a tummy on you. I could believe 2 sandwiches.
Yeah. Now you're hungry, aren't you, Fekete?
Yeah. I want you eating sandwiches the whole time in court. You hear me? 2 of them.
I want you entering in pasta eating competitions from here until the court date. Anyway, Fekete lost. Too bad for Fekete.
Let Fekete go. Just like the judge should have just
They
been
did
like,
let him go.
here's the ruling. You're a dick.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know if these people. I think Stephen C doesn't work there anymore, so I'm not going to put all the live comments up. But Stephen C and Ryan and people are just like, my old job didn't give a fuck like what I put for my expense reports. So beers,
that's what I'm
bowling,
saying.
whatever.
Most companies are a little bit loose with it.
Yeah.
Citibank, who makes this much money, being so tight with it is embarrassing for them.
Maybe that's how they make so much money.
Yeah.
Fucking banks.
Tight.
All right. Let's move it along to some more
Big mistake.
boiling points. Yeah, big mistake. You don't want to get all the way to the boiling point, but sometimes it happens. We got more of them. These ones are primal. When it just happens from your loins. First up in Australia, You may have seen this viral video by now, but a man named Mick Mosley near the Murphy River in Australia had to fight off a very muscular kangaroo to retrieve his dog recently. And I'm sure it took all three members of the fight to their boiling points, respectively. That's an intense situation. And sorry, I'm going to put on my Australian hat real quick.
Please.
Thank you. Tell you what Mick, not Rick. Mick told this to ABC Radio Melbourne. He said, I looked in towards the river there, and behind these reeds, I could just see this massive kangaroo standing there with his arms actually in the water, just staring at me. After about 15 seconds, Hatchie, it's my dog, came up and he was in a headlock with this kangaroo.
Ooh.
And I thought, all right, I got to get in there. And so, yeah, kangaroo just came out of the water with his dog in a headlock. Let's listen to what happened next.
I'm gonna punch your fucking head in.
Whoa.
Look at my dog.
Shit, they're fighting.
He really did it. Went for it.
Did he get knocked out though?
Into the water.
Oh, dude.
They're so freaky.
That's a scary kangaroo.
Huge ass kangaroo bucking at him.
Jacked.
Yeah.
Hatchie here.
He's laughing.
Yeah. Because it's over.
Yeah,
he didn't.
I feel so tough now. How you doing?
Oh, it's a.
Where were you to save him? And you?
Yeah, like a chow type of mix.
I think it's an Akita.
Akita. Yeah. I think you're right.
So they're in like a lake? What do you
river,
call it?
Murphy, the Murray River.
And he starts filming, and the kangaroo's like literally got the dog I would say strangling, not in a headlock. He's got both of his arms around his neck, and he goes, "Let go of my dog, or I'll knock your fucking head off." And then they start punching each other.
Yeah. Oh, it was an incredible fight, man versus Roo. Mick said afterwards, he said, "Well, I thought I got a video of this because no one is going to believe this." And we had a bit of a tussle in the water there, and the kangaroo basically looked like it was about to kick the legs out at me, and I splashed some water in its face and tried to take off, and it had another go at me as I was leaving. I got my dog back. That's the main thing. My tussling days with Roos are pretty much over, though, because that thing was strong, is what Mick said.
Yeah, it's got muscles.
Yeah, that thing looks like it wants to fuck you.
Yeah,
it really
it's like an alien.
It has a stance where it's almost already humping something.
Yeah, if you get within a foot of its dick, it's going to try to penetrate you.
I don't know if I could live in a place where those things might be in my front yard in the morning waiting for me.
Doesn't it kind of look like a person?
Yeah, it does.
Like standing up, like it kind of looks like
it looks like he's got like a billionaire's mask on. He's about to fuck a virgin.
Exactly. It doesn't look like an animal. It looks like a serial killer in a mask.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's very scary. Kangaroos, very intimidating, very freaky. It's cool to see a man, get the better of one in a physical altercation like this, because I didn't think it was possible. Mixed dog Hatchie is doing fine after the attempted drowning by the massive kangaroo on steroids. And according to Nature is Metal, while tales of kangaroos drowning dogs might sound like the stuff of urban legends, when cornered or threatened, particularly by an off-leash domestic dog, kangaroos will lead their pursuers into bodies of water like lakes or rivers. Here they attempt to hold the dog underwater, capitalizing on their strong swimming abilities and powerful hind legs. It's a bit of a last-ditch survival strategy, a boiling point, you might say, or they're total dicks, mate. Kangaroos.
Well, it evolutionized from the dingo, because the dingo is like one of the kangaroo's predators.
Right.
So the dingo dog, same kind of thing. So they just treat dogs like they do dingoes.
Yeah.
Right. Not very smart, those kangaroos.
Yeah.
Kind of
dingo.
Final boiling point, guys, is one people may be able to relate with real quick. When you just have to get one off or you won't feel right, you need a slump buster. You know what I mean? Like, I bust a slump with a bust. Well, that's what happened to Nebraska man Ryan Smith, age 41, last week. There's his mugshot.
Ryan's seen better days.
Yeah, it's been a tough week for Ryan.
Couple decades.
Like a man toddler.
Yeah. You can see him still wanting to bully kids in the halls.
Man toddler with his booze bottle. Yeah. Well, Ryan Smith, 41, last week when he was on the job transporting dead bodies to the morgue on Friday, he got his slump buster. But now he's facing charges of burglary, trespassing, and tampering with physical evidence after they found him back at the scene of a body removal he had done later that Friday, where Smith contacted the property manager saying that the Sarpy County Sheriff's Office had asked him to collect a life-sized sex doll that had been found at the scene so that it could be swabbed for a quote-unquote biopsy. And the manager denied that request because he's like, that's probably not true. But according to the statement from the sheriff's investigator, the manager investigated noises at the residence that Ryan Smith had worked at earlier, found Ryan there with the deadbolt locked and the chain secured, and his clothing disheveled when he answered the door. And Ryan said he was coming back with a warrant to the manager, but that was creepy because why would you need a warrant to collect a sex doll? And since then, he's been arrested and caught, with several layers of hard evidence in the form of crime scene photographs.
Where was the sex doll? With the dead guy?
A forthcoming DNA test on the sex doll. Yeah, it was in his apartment. And so Ryan went to remove the guy's body
and he
saw the sex doll.
He saw it.
Came back later.
Ryan,
and then tried to bully the manager into
get your own sex doll, Ryan.
Confiscate the sex doll.
You want to fuck a dead guy's used sex doll?
And then broke in and fucked
That's
it.
A kink.
Whoa, Ryan.
That's a hardcore kink, Mark.
Jesus.
Fucking a dead guy's used sex doll.
Is that, you think it's a kink or the guy's a loser?
It's a one-of-a-kind kink.
Okay. I mean, I get jewelry. I would get gold. I would get if he was stealing gold.
He's a loser.
Talk about a boiling point,
How would you steal gold, sell it, pawn it, then get your own new sex doll?
Hey, anyone, you gonna do anything with that guy's sex doll?
Can you put his picture up again?
You got to really be fiending for a nut,
I don't
man.
think he's gonna need. Where is it? It says.
Look at that stain on his shirt too.
Well, that's where it says he looks like a KFC famous bowl.
Personified, yeah.
Ryan.
That's amazing.
That guy's disgusting. That's disgusting. Yeah.
Can't afford a sex doll,
Yeah, but he could have stolen something else, right? If he's gonna steal a sex doll, that's what I'm saying. Steal like some jewelry or some shit.
Pawn it, sex doll.
Pawn it, then buy a sex doll. Yeah. I know it's an extra step, but you don't have to put your dick in the dead guy's sex doll.
He wanted that sex doll.
Don't pull a Ryan Smith ever. He's paying for it too. He's the laugh of the town. He's got a bunch of charges pending. Producer Eric brings up a good point back to the kangaroo real quick. He says it's the cholos of the animal kingdom. The way they stand.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's about he's saying like what's
if he had a flannel on, he would look hilarious.
Button down.
Yeah, put the one top flannel on, one button flannel on him.
I like to fight those kangaroos and cholos. All right, so one of my nightmare scenarios played out in Portland, Oregon recently.
Spiders?
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys want to guess or no, not spiders. You got one, Wes, or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
Spiders. A horrible road rage incident occurred when beloved father of 4 and now deceased Ryan Martin couldn't get his gray Toyota Tundra around a new black Mercedes-Benz that was blocking the way in front of a fancy hotel.
This one's fucked. I know what you're saying.
R.I.P. to Ryan Martin. The driver of the Mercedes was 46-year-old financier and owner of Quantium LLC, Joffrey Edward Hammonds, also of Australia. Wow. Yeah, rich guy. So the rich guy was blocking the way. Ryan Martin couldn't get around him, and they exchanged middle fingers. They started honking. They exchanged middle fingers. One of these. Dennis is this. They exchanged middle fingers. That's a wonderful Whites reference of West Virginia. And then Martin parked his Tundra, got out of the car, and approached Hammonds' Mercedes, where Hammonds was calmly seated, loading his gun. Hammonds then knocked on the window and was like, "What the fuck? Move your car!" And Hammonds rolled down his window and shot him in the chest immediately. Pop right in the chest. Martin fell backwards and into the gutter where he lay dying as Hammonds came out of the car and tried to shoot him again. And Martin's last words as Hammonds was standing over him was, "I'm sorry, I just had a bad day." And then Hammonds responded, "You're lucky I didn't shoot you in the fucking head," and then tried to shoot him in the fucking head, but his gun jammed. Didn't matter.
He tried to shoot him again. Tried to execute him.
Tried to continue to kill him while he was.
He could have almost gotten off, but if he tried to shoot him again, now he's fucked.
Oh, there's much more to the story. There's much more to the story. So he's trying to shoot him. His gun jams. Well, he's like, "You're lucky I didn't shoot you in the fucking head." And the guy's apologizing while dying. He's bleeding out. The gun will not work. At this point, Hammonds flashes a large metal badge at Martin as if he's saying he's a policeman, although he's not whatsoever. It's like his rich person badge, like, "I'm rich, you piece of shit." And
look at this black card.
Yeah, like basically just showing his Amex.
You know how many guns I own?
Exactly. And then he kept trying to shoot him, but the gun was jammed. At this point,
you should probably clean him, you know.
Damn. Yeah, well, see, he needs a gun cleaner. He needs someone to do that for him. At this point,
those well manicured hands aren't good with the slides and the oil.
This guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, my gun guy fucked me. At this point, Sam Gomez, who he was a presenter at a conference of the National Organization of Minority Architects at the fancy Moxie Hotel, he walks out. He comes outside. He's done presenting. He comes outside. He's like, "What a great presentation I just did. Oh my God." There's a guy, looks like he's bleeding to death, laying in the gutter. And there's a guy standing over him trying to unjam his gun. Like, this looks like a murder scene. And it was. So at that point, Gomez is like, "What's going on?" And he takes out his phone and starts filming, which was a bad idea because Hammond saw him and then shot Gomez in the femur.
So Hammond just goes on a shooting spree.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't see that part of the story. I saw that he just pointed the gun at him. He actually shot him.
Oh, he shot the shit out of him. Tried to kill him. The witness that was filming him. He's like, "You're not going to film me." So he shoots him in the femur. And then Gomez kind of runs away. At that point, Hammond, while still filming, he's got film of it, which I don't have, unfortunately, but he's now limping and backwards filming like, "Oh my God, oh my God, you shot me." And then Hammonds gets in his fancy Mercedes that's been blocking everyone, and he drives off. But before he gets in, he shoots at Gomez 2 more times, missing him, just to try to finish the job. No witnesses, and then he drives off in his Mercedes.
Wait, but he's arrested for murder now, right?
Yeah. They got him on several films, killing 2
Big
people.
time.
One and a half people. So the guy survived, Gomez, but barely.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
got him in the femur, but he didn't bleed out, luckily.
Do you think he would have? Do you think that he would have gotten off? Because when you approach someone's car aggressively.
No, I don't think he would have gotten off.
I don't know where the right is to defend
Not in
yourself.
Portland,
in that
Oregon.
situation.
I don't think he would have gotten off for shooting someone in the chest outside of his car.
Well, if the guy's coming at you, threatening you,
he wasn't. He didn't have a weapon.
Yeah, he was the only armed person.
It's Oregon, not Florida.
Right.
Right.
He's gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, and then afterwards, the standing over him and trying to shoot him, and then
that of course is
the video
eliminates everything.
Yeah, it's pretty damning.
We could defend him if you want. If you want to defend.
I was asking a question. If he hadn't, you
want to defend him?
No, I was asking a question.
I'm on board. Let's flip the script. Let's flip the script. I feel bad for this guy who comes from a family of entrepreneurs in Australia.
I was asking
worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Also, Hammonds recently legally changed his name from Jeffrey Edward Mandelis because Jeffrey Edward Mandelis has been committing all sorts of crimes over the past 2 decades, fraud, and stuff like that. Probably murder. So
no wonder he was having a bad day.
No, the other guy was the father of 4 was having a bad day and was going to go home to his family. But
Hammonds is just a cold.
Hammonds always has always has a bad day. Hammonds has a bad day when poor people get near him. Yeah.
You look like that. There's a few bad days in your future.
This guy looks like money.
He just looks like a bag of money with a mustache on.
He looks like a bag of money.
Yeah.
He's so mad this person's interviewing him because he's like, so yeah, he's going to jail for the rest of his life. Yeah.
Good. He's really going to look down on his cellmates probably, which will be tough.
Oh yeah. I'll take the top bunk. You didn't read? Oh, you haven't read this book? Surprise, surprise, 8-ball.
Surprise.
Yeah.
8-ball. He ain't going to jail with 8-ball.
I didn't see you in the library, Q-tip. Surprise, surprise.
I have one more. Do you want to do it or save it?
Do it.
Okay.
Hop in.
we are on the top. We seem to be on top of air travel trends on this show, right? From fights to mask meltdowns to crazy animal support, emotional support animals, prevalent people like doctors sexually assaulting other passengers. We've covered all the trends, and now there's this new trend happening, and I think you guys know what it is. I'm guessing. Do you guys know what it is? The new trend?
It's poops on planes.
It's poops on planes.
Yeah.
That's the new trend.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's awesome. Right?
I was going to pretend, but yeah, it's been happening nonstop.
We kind of teased at the top when we did it yesterday and stuff, and it's poops on planes. Yeah.
You guys did yesterday. Remember, and we remember back on September 1st, there was a Delta flight going to Barcelona from Atlanta and diarrhea, and they had to turn around.
I hope it continues. I hope this trend continues. Yeah.
Well, it's continuing. So an EasyJet flight heading to London from the Spanish island of Tenerife, which is like I guess it's kind of the equivalent of like a Spirit flight from St. Thomas to New York City, is what I would say. Okay. It was delayed.
Party,
cheap airline, right? Yeah. It's like the Spirit of Europe.
No way that Amanda Lise Hammonds is going to be on that plane. There's no chance.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, not even in the big seats up front. No. So it was delayed over and over
before we got on an EasyJet. That's
yeah. It was scheduled to depart on October 15th at 8:05 p.m. and arrive at 12:20 in London the next day. But before they could take off, they, of course, as shitty airlines do, they overbooked. And they offered people a $610 voucher to switch flights. But at that time of night, it's real tough because you're like, oh, now we have to fucking go to a hotel or sleep in the airport. It's 8:05 p.m. No thanks. So when no one said, yeah, I want the voucher, then they started booting people. They had to kick 10 people off, which then delayed.
Do they at least give you a voucher when they boot you off?
Like, I think probably
they have
hopefully
to, right?
They do, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's like, you had your chance. Now
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. No, you get nothing.
So then, of course, they have to get the people that they booted's luggage off, which delayed it another 2 hours. So by this time, it's like 10:30 at night. Everyone just wants to get back to fucking London. They've obviously been on vacation, whatever they're doing. Then the pilot gets on and says this.
Defecated front toilet. So we're now staying the night here. We're now going to get everyone off, and you're going to spend each of them organised hotels, and then we'll fly back tomorrow morning. So we're flicking on the planes, so you'll get the buses, and then we go home tomorrow. Rather entertaining to defecate in the front toilet. So we're now staying the night here. We're now going to get everyone off, and you're going to spend each of them organised
on the toilet,
and then we'll fly back tomorrow morning.
It's not in the toilet.
Oh man! So
someone shit on the toilet.
I think someone shit on the toilet and on the floor because
they had explosive diarrhea and ruined the bathroom.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of them trying to clean it up before I mean, it's.
Got on their feet.
You're delayed for 3 hours. You're sitting around, and someone just. Now, I have a theory though. So my theory is that it might have been some kind of act of solidarity. Maybe one of the friends got booted, and they were like, "If you're not going home, no one's going home. I'm about to shit all over this plane, and no one's going home." Maybe
they did it.
All right. So if you're on a bachelor trip or a trip like that with your boys, and one guy gets booted, what has to happen is one or more other people have to get off the plane with them, but the others can have the blessing to go. All 10 don't need to.
You just need the one soldier
to
stay behind with the.
You need at least one soldier. You can't leave that person behind, but you don't need to. You don't need the whole group to stay unless you want to.
Right. I mean,
no, because everybody else is going to be so hungover. They're going back
tired,
to England from Spain, right?
You'd like to think.
I think someone just diarrheaed again.
Yeah, I think someone diarrheaed again.
Somebody's been drinking for 7 days straight.
Right.
Yeah. And then what's fucked up is the EasyJet was like, all right, we're going to organize hotels for you. But of course, that at that time of night in a nice place, there weren't any hotels. So then they left. They made everyone else find their own accommodations. They did say they reimbursed them for the hotels, but it was like, now I've got to get kicked off a plane and find a hotel and then
send in the receipts, wait 5 days to, that sucks. That's all bullshit.
So everyone was just complaining, saying that the EasyJet handled it shittily No pun intended. Yeah. But
crappy situation.
Very
stinks.
Yeah. But here's some comments from the article. How is it okay to leave people sitting for hours on a plane, then tell them it's been canceled in the middle of the night in a different country?
Do they not hear about the diarrhea all over the plane?
Right. That seems like a I mean,
hey, Liz in Sussex, can you fucking read?
Did you want to go sit on the pot, Liz in Sussex?
Eric, can you find out real quick how long the flight from Tenerife to London is? Because if it's a 3-hour flight,
if it smells, because the diarrhea on the floor and everything, every time that door opens, it's going to stink up the entire.
You just got to close that fucking bathroom.
Yeah,
There's
I guess if you could be like, hey, everyone, you can't use this bathroom. Is that okay?
Let them use the inside bathroom, but it's the security. They won't let them go back and forth between them.
I think the pilot was pretty much just punishing everyone because the bathroom is right next to the pilot too, so he certainly didn't want to smell it. He was just like, you know what, I'm going to treat you animals like you're fucking animals. No one's leaving tonight. Sorry.
No one accepted a voucher, so they were all worked up. Like they were all probably being dicks. And
Enter Jackson saying it was 4.5 hours. Yeah, that's insane.
Okay. It's a little long.
That's a long time to hold your shit. Especially when you've been drinking for 7 days in Spain.
Wes, you do kind of look like a cholo with that outfit. You could.
I know.
Oh,
and you got the flap brim. You could.
Yeah.
You're looking real kangaroo-ish.
Top button that.
Yeah.
It's real hot in here right now.
You need the top button, but like the middle one's unbunbuttoned.
Right.
And kangaroo squad
with the white shirt with the wife beater in there. Yeah.
Wait till the kangaroos roll through, bro.
No.
Wesse.
What's
up, Wesse?
Like that. That's it. Anything else? Anything we got? Is Pat going to be on the show tomorrow? Do we need to do a wheel spin?
Yes.
So we have a wheel spin coming?
Yes.
Ted Stamatakis.
Nice. Go Phillies.
Finally caught you guys live. Huge fan. Go Phillies.
Nice.
YouTube.com/Hard Factor News. Subscribe.
Wheel spin.
Give it up, Steve.
Where is it? Is it up yet?
Pull it up, Wes.
I got it.
I don't see it in the bottom.
I thought it was a share screen.
She's Bryce Harperson turning it on in the playoffs, huh? Okay. That goes really stepped it up. Yeah.
We'll probably have to mention baseball when they get to the World Series,
Yeah, they're in the ALCS and NLCS right now. The Texas teams, 2 Texas teams are in the ALCS. So someone from Texas is playing. It looks like the Phillies. The Phillies are up 1-0 in the series and got runners on now. So.
Jesus, I don't know. Will it's pulling up right now.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Click it.
There it is.
All right, I'm gonna click it.
Yeah, click it.
And it's me.
Yeah, you dialed yourself up.
Dialed it up.
All that lead up, and
I will have coffee tomorrow.
There you go.
Can't wait.
Take us home, poop plane.
And that's gonna do it for the show today. Be sure to turn in tomorrow if you know what's good for you. Have a great fucking day.